Hello, modified rabbit here, and I was getting ready to go to sleep, so it's really dark and stuff. Sorry for my bad cam, but I just really don't feel like, I don't know, getting out my good camera and trying to go through all that stuff, so this might, since this is my webcam, and it's not the best in the world, this might actually be kind of laggy and stuff. So anywho, I was getting ready to go to sleep, because I have to go to sleep early because I gotta shoot tomorrow, but I was getting ready to go to sleep and I ran across something on Upworthy, on the Upworthy page on Facebook. It is of this British woman pretty much basically going around and sexually harassing men. And it's under the, you know, she's doing this thinking that it's totally okay, trying to show people, you know, that guys should not do this to women. And pretty much like how do men, you know, how would men like it if this happened to them? And I was dumbfounded at, like, not only the video itself, but the responses to this video. Like it doesn't happen to men ever, you know, or that it's rare, which is completely untrue. Because, I'm sorry, but I've been sexually harassed plenty of times by women. I've had comments made to me that were completely inappropriate, completely unwanted, and they know that they're unwanted sometimes and do it anyways, and completely, you know, continue to harass me. I've also been told stupid things like gender stereotypes and sexist stuff like, you know, you should look more like a man or act more like a man, or, you know, and I've been told this by both men and women. So, and I know plenty of other friends, that male friends, that have been harassed by women as well. And what we're told is that, you know, we should count ourselves lucky, you know, that we should enjoy it, take it as a compliment, you know, or if that's not the worst thing that's, you know, if that's the worst thing that's happened to you all day, then, you know, you should strike that up as a win. It's, this whole video, you can see that there are some men that are completely uncomfortable with what she's doing, and there's some of them that are even like, if she asks them if they want to go home with her, there's plenty of them, there's only maybe one or two that actually are like, oh, okay, you know, type thing. There's plenty of them are like, are you okay? You know, is there something wrong with you, type thing. Like, they're not interested, they just want to know, like, what's wrong with you, coming up to someone and asking that. Or some just flat out are like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, it's like, you can clearly see by this video that that's not, these men don't want this. You know, that's not, all men are not like this, and most men are not like, you know, oh yeah, some girl wants to screw me, yes, please, that's the best thing ever, you know? Not all of us think like that. As a matter of fact, a lot of us don't think like that. And it's like, this video is just, it's catering to that gender stereotype that men are just horn dogs and enjoy that kind of stuff, and that we're the only ones that pretty much do it, and that we shouldn't be doing that to women. It's like, no, that's not the message that this should be sending. While yes, women should not be sexually harassed, but nobody should be sexually harassed. No gender at all, out of, you know, whatever you consider a gender. I consider there are more than two genders, you know, whatever, but nobody, no person, no whatever, nobody should be harassed like that. And that's what, you know, a video should be put out for, not for, let's see how men like it, because that's really stupid. Not only are you going to enrage people, but you're going to also put out a negative message. And that's not what you want to do when you're trying to make a difference, when you're trying to make a good difference. You don't want to put out a negative message, you want to put out a good message. Hey, you shouldn't do this to anybody, not select one gender or one, you know, group of people. Sexism is not selected to females. It's for all genders. Just like racism is not selective to blacks or another another race. It's for all races. So these videos are just awful. And the comments that I saw, one of the comments was more around the lines of, don't quote me on this, but you can, it's fairly accurate, is, she was saying something about, well, men don't feel threatened by women, so they just blow it off, or, take it as a compliment. And, they're not as offended by stuff like that as women are. Women are not okay with being harassed in public. It's like, what kind of comment is that? I've been harassed in public, and I don't like it either. Most people don't like being harassed out in public. You know why? When they go out in public, most people are trying to go shopping, spend time with somebody, just chill out, and they don't want to be pestered in general. Just come on. And it's just, I saw all these comments, and there's some guys, that were down there that were saying, yeah, I don't like being harassed either, and there's some guys saying, and girls saying, hey, you should feel lucky. I feel lucky. You know what? No, that has nothing to do with genders or anything. That has everything to do with, like, low self-worth and low self-esteem. Just feeling lucky that someone of the opposite gender or the same gender would hit on you and make you feel good, as sexy or something. You don't need that. You shouldn't need that. And you definitely shouldn't have to take it that way. If somebody told me that I should feel lucky that some hot chick hit on me, I'd be like, excuse you? Why should I feel lucky? Just because you think she's hot doesn't mean I do. That, or just because, you don't find me attractive doesn't mean that other people don't. That I have to put up with that just because, that's not right. So, all in all, that fucking video just pissed me off, because I've been harassed in many different ways, and have dealt with sexism, and I've dealt with gender stereotypes, like being forced on all that stuff to try and follow these things. And you know what? Men are told to be quiet. Just keep quiet, because guess what? Bitching is a woman's thing. I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to complain because I'm a man. I'm not allowed to look a certain way because I'm a man. It's the same as women being expected, hey, you shouldn't wear those skimpy clothes. Now, while I don't agree with skimpy clothes, as long as you're not showing things that children should not be seeing out in public, that's whatever, that's your choice. But me being told that I can't wear certain things because that's considered females' clothing, or, like skinny jeans or something, or that I can't have long hair because that's considered woman, that's like, women would get completely pissed off if you told them, hey, you shouldn't have a short haircut because that's a dude's thing. You look like a dude. Or, hey, you shouldn't wear that because, it's too revealing. That's not what ladies should wear. Yeah, they get really pissed off. So why can't I get upset? Why am I not allowed to dislike that? So we don't. Men generally tend to, in order to not be called a faggot or a woman or anything like that, we generally tend to keep quiet. So you don't hear a lot of that. So women don't hear about a lot of it either. They don't hear a lot about sexual harassment. A friend told me about an article he read. Some dude kept quiet for like a decade or two about waking up to a woman having sex with him. He didn't know, it's like, what the hell? And he didn't dare touch her because he knew that if any bruises showed up, she could claim rape on him. Even though it kind of seemed like she was the one doing the raping, it's like, just because your body reacts doesn't mean the person likes it. It's the same with women. Just because, if some dude screwed her and she didn't say no, but she didn't say yes either, just because some dude screwed her and she was, her body was aroused in some sort of way, doesn't mean that she wanted it. It's the same with men. You just don't hear this stuff because we're not allowed to talk about it. We're not allowed to tell people. We're not allowed to complain, and it's not fair. So then a lot of women and a lot of even men assume that it just doesn't happen to us. Oh, well, I don't hear about it. It doesn't happen. That's bullshit. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. But from both genders towards both genders or all genders. It happens from everybody just does it to everybody equally pretty much. I mean, I've witnessed more females being sexual, towards men and women than I have witnessed men, but that's because that's what I see and that's what I'm around. It's the same with the women that never see men getting harassed or see men as pigs all the time, because that's what they're around, but that doesn't mean that's all there is out there, So I think the extreme feminism stuff needs to just go away. I don't know. I don't agree with the extreme versions of that, making it out like nothing bad ever happens to men and all of it is because of men, and women get it so bad all the time, almost to the point of where they think that women should be above men, which I think being equal is perfectly great for everybody. I would like to be considered equal too. Even though I'm a man, I'd still like to be considered equal as being able to wear what I want, and not have to try and act manly. I can have scented hand soap and not get made fun of, having scented hand soap in my bathroom, not getting made fun of. Being able to tell my dog, hey, do you have to go pee, instead of, hey, do you gotta piss, and not being made fun of. Yes, I've been made fun of for these things by my roommate, by the way. But, I don't think people should have to follow that shit, and it happens to everybody. So, I don't know, I don't think it should be so selective like that. I think it should just be equality, not just, feminism, equal for women, etc. It just should be equality in general. So that's my rant for tonight. Sorry about my washing machine or dryer going off in the background. I don't know if you can hear or not, but we'll see. So, I guess, have a good night. I have to go to sleep, and I'll have lots of fun things soon. It's been a while since I made a video, but I want to get back into it sometime, hopefully soon. Anyway, have a good night, everybody, and hopefully none of you get harassed a whole bunch, but we all know that's going to happen, so, don't be afraid to tell people that's wrong, Good night.